Right across here. Right on the other side. See? Right on the aisle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while we hear the national anthem played by the McGill Toulon High School Band under the direction of Mr. Keith Bonnet. The invocation will be given by the Reverend John Payne of the Society of Jesus, Director of Campus Ministry.
Gracious God, Father, Son, and Spirit, we gather to formally award degrees, to celebrate, and to invoke your blessings. In your presence, we publicly acknowledge the attainment of our students. We rejoice that their successful efforts entitle them to become in name and in fact our graduates. Their graduation, though it may yet carry their future lives to places perhaps far distant from this hauntingly beautiful campus, forever identifies them as alumni of Spring Hill College. Their accomplishment and the mundane and memorable events that led to it tell of your relentless, encompassing love. Each of the challenges and achievements which have brought them and us to this place and time are marked with your graceful touch. Deepen in them the best wisdom and compassion they gleaned here. May their future lives intensify within them, their families, and this small yet immeasurably blessed college the grace of channeling your spirit to the world. May they do so in imitation of Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord, whose presence has been with us, taught us to treasure one another, and will forever bond them and us in affection. Amen.
Thank you, Father Payne. Please be seated. Distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, Most Reverend Archbishop, Reverend Father President, members of the faculty, members of the graduating class of 1995, honored guests, parents, students, and friends, I declare this convocation, the 165th commencement of Spring Hill College, formally open. Two distinctive student awards will now be presented. The Tulin Award is presented to the graduating senior who has achieved the highest grade point average during the entire course of study. This year, 4 students share this honor. All 4 have completed their degree programs with straight A's or perfect 4.0 grade point averages. I request that each come to the platform when called. Kyla Blanchard. Deborah Pike. Scott Von Luke. John Wagner. The Ignatian Awards are made to students, 1 graduating female, 1 graduating male, who have fulfilled best the ideals of Jesuit education for scholarship, leadership, and service during their 4 years at Spring Hill College. These are the highest student awards bestowed by the college. The male recipient of this year's Ignatian Award is Pat Pendleton. The female recipient of this year's Ignatian Award is Kyla Blanchard. The Edward B. Moody, S.J. Teacher of the Year Award is made annually to the professor who, in the judgment of a committee composed of a broad cross-section of the academic community, has displayed excellence in the fulfillment of the teaching mission of the college. This year, the award is presented to Dr. Lois Silvernail, Associate Professor of Teacher Education. The Dawson Research and Service Award is made to the professor who, in the judgment of the faculty committee, has displayed excellence in research or service in fulfillment of the college mission. This year, the award is presented to Dr. David Sauer, Professor of English. Two distinguished members of the faculty will retire this year. We would like to recognize their service at this time. Will the Reverend James Lambert please stand? Father Lambert retires this year after serving the students of Spring Hill College as a member of the chemistry faculty for 27 years. During his tenure at Spring Hill, he has also served as department chair, division chair, academic dean, and member of the Board of Trustees. Father Lambert will retire with the title Professor Emeritus. Please join me in an expression of appreciation for Father Lambert's long and dedicated service to the students, administration, and faculty of Spring Hill College. Will Dr. Barbara Nolan please stand? Dr. Nolan will retire this year after 27 years of service at the college as English professor, grants coordinator, division chair, and most recently as Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Nolan will retire with the title Professor Emeritus. Please join me in an expression of appreciation for Dr. Nolan's long and dedicated service to the students, faculty, and administration of Spring Hill College. I would would like to introduce the president of the graduating class, Emily Cootie, who will make a presentation on behalf of the class of 1995.
Father Rewak and the Spring Hill community, on behalf of the graduating class of 1995, I would like to present to the Spring Hill College community a portable PA system for their use next year and in the years ahead. Frankly, this gift is wonderfully characteristic of our boisterous class of 1995. We wish you all the best of luck next year in our absence, and we are sure you will be able to put this gift to good use. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Thank you, all of you. What I wanted to say to you as president, I said yesterday at the Baccalaureate Mass, and I won't add to that today, but I think it's important to say something here about the next step in our ceremonies, which is our conferring of honorary degrees. Any college or university honors itself by honoring those who have achieved excellence in their field. We honor you, graduates, today by conferring a bachelor's and master's degree on you, and Spring Hill is honored by the work that you've done and by the people that you have become. This is also a traditional and appropriate time, therefore, to confer honorary degrees, to honor those who have achieved excellence in their life work. It is particularly appropriate to do so here because these honorees are presented to you graduates as worth emulating, as achievers, as people who have lived and worked by discipline, as people who have taken advantage of their lives and their gifts to serve their neighbor. They deserve our recognition, and they deserve your imitation. They are people who have lived the ideals and the values of Spring Hill College. Will Kathleen Andrews please stand? Jim Andrews, class of 1990, will read the citation for his mother.
For you, a Catholic higher education is a great gift. You and your family have demonstrated in your community and on the national level the importance of blending God's work with the precious gift of learning. Your commitment to Spring Hill as a member of the college's Board of Trustees has brought your sound sense of leadership to our campus, where your son Jim began his career path in communication arts. You have placed your devotion to God, family, and higher education first in your life while successfully managing a career as a media executive. You have nurtured responsibility and encouraged ethical behavior in today's media by your actions and example as an officer with Universal Press Syndicate, founded by your husband, Jim Andrews and John McNeil, and as Chief Executive Officer of Andrews and McNeil Publishing. A woman of today, a woman for Spring Hill, you are a woman whose priorities have taken you beyond the successes of the boardroom and into the classroom. For your pursuit of excellence in the world of communication and of higher learning, Spring Hill College finds in you an exemplar of Jesuit ideals. Therefore, with admiration, it bestows on you today the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
The citation for the Jesuit community will be read by Dr. Charles Boyle, Professor Emeritus.
No Jesuit college can exist without a vision and a purpose, drawn from the original grace of Ignatius Loyola. And that vision must be kept effective by the work of a vibrant community of Jesuits who share their grace of intellect and heart with students, with their co-workers on the faculty and staff, and with all those who work for the college toward the greater honor and glory of God. The Jesuit community of Spring Hill has, since 1848, shared its grace and its financial resources to make the college a true beacon on the hill. Indeed, through war and fire and hurricane, the Jesuit community's leadership has made the college stronger than ever and has created an apostolic instrument for the Church of the Southeast. For all the gifts it has given to students over the years, for all of its generosity toward the building of a vital academic institution, Spring Hill College honors today its own Jesuit community with a joint doctorate in the Humanities honoris causa.
The Reverend Christopher Viscardi will receive the degree for the Jesuit community. Will Robert Herndon Radcliff, Jr. please stand? The citation for Robert Radcliff will be read by Dr. Ralph Sandler, Chair of the Division of Business and Management.
You were born in Mobile in 1917, the same year your father, Robert Herndon Radcliff, founded Radcliff Gravel Company, the first of several marine businesses led by your family. For more than 7 decades, you have shared your leadership and vision with a multitude of organizations as founder of Mobile United and America's Junior Miss, as a director of the Alabama State and Mobile Area Chamber of Commerce, the Mobile Arts and Sports Association, and the Senior Bowl, and as a board member of the Executive Committee of the Boy Scouts of America and the Rotary Club. You sensed the importance of Spring Hill College in Mobile and encouraged support for her when you helped lead the college's revived business and industry drive in 1972. Over the years, your support, generosity, and foresight have helped sustain the high caliber of a Spring Hill education. Therefore, Spring Hill College finds in you an exemplar of Jesuit ideals and is pleased to bestow on you this day the degree of Doctor of Public Service honoris causa.
Arlene Mitchell please stand? The citation for Arlene Mitchell will be read by her husband, Mayor Mitchell.
Your Southern heritage began with your birth in Atlanta, Georgia, where you grew up and completed your secondary education before leaving to attend the University of Pennsylvania. After your marriage to Mayor Mitchell, fortunately for this community, you moved to Mobile. You share your love of life with your 4 children and 8 grandchildren, but also with the people of Mobile. You have reached out to those with special needs through service as a board member of the Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind, the Mobile Preschool for the Sensory Impaired, the Senior Citizen Services of Mobile, the Florence Crittenden Home, the Alabama Eye and Tissue Bank, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Camp Rappahort, just to list a few. Under your careful nurturing, as president from 1986 to 1988, the Community Foundation of South Alabama gained strength and stature, and you unselfishly have devoted time and talent to the furtherance of excellence in education at Spring Hill College, where you serve as a member of the Board of Trustees. Because of your gifts of faithfulness and generosity to others, Spring Hill College finds in you an exemplar of Jesuit ideals, and is pleased to bestow on you this day the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Will Winston Groom please rise? The citation for Winston Groom will be read by Dr. Barbara Nolan, Associate Academic Vice President. Upon receiving his degree, Dr. Groom will address the graduates.
You grew up in Mobile, and your father attended Spring Hill College in the late 1920s. Your studies took you to the University of Alabama, except for one summer session here at the college. Following your graduation, you served in the United States Army in Vietnam and recorded your experiences in the tragicomic Better Times Than These. You continued to write as journalist, novelist, and historian. And then, drawing on memories from both Vietnam and Southwest Alabama, you gave us Forrest Gump. You teach us through your characters. Gump is a masterful creation, an idiot savant whose adventures amuse us and whose simple aphorisms cause us to look at ourselves differently, whose angle of vision reduces the world to a rewarding objectivity. Gump's own academic achievements were not noteworthy, but you accorded him larger human achievements, a refusal to be judgmental or self-serving, an insistence on the primacy of love, an affirmation of God and of life. Thus, he has achieved immortality. Spring Hill College congratulates you on your well-deserved acclaim and is pleased to bestow on you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Archbishop Lipscomb, Father Rewak, distinguished guests, happy graduating seniors, and proud parents. I truly thank you for the honor of being here today. I have to tell you that public speaking is not my strong suit, and sometimes when I speak to audiences as large as this, I feel like Forrest Gump when he received the football award from President Kennedy. And he said, well, you know what he said. In any case, I do feel like I am on very familiar ground here and among friends. In the year 1862, my great-grandfather, Fremont Sterling Thrower, departed from this school to go and fight in the Civil War, taking with him 2 horses. One was said to be a racehorse, although no one seems to know why. In 1924, my father attended Spring Hill College, paying his way by serving as the assistant to the president at the time. And in 1962, exactly 100 years after my great-grandfather, I myself came here during a summer session to catch up on some work before returning to the University of Alabama. During that period, I became familiar with a man called Father Vollenweider, who we then, as you now know as Chief. That was an enlightening experience. So I guess you could say I've really come full circle here at this hallowed Institute of Learning. I would like to be standing here telling you that Forrest Gump himself went to Spring Hill College. And he might have, except that the football program at the University of Alabama was a little more accomplished. But in any case, he is here in spirit, a fact which I can vouch for personally. So what have you learned during all of these years here in your studies? You've learned everything from English to math to history to physics to accounting, heaven knows what else. These are good tools. Now you must learn how to use them. I speak from personal experience about that too. You'll be amazed in 10 years, which might seem like a long time to you, as it did to me, but it's not so far away. But in 10 years, you'll be amazed how much more you know than you know now. Do not let this throw you. It's just the way life is. Impatience is the greatest enemy of success, I believe. Always remember that. Do you think I could have written Forrest Gump at the age of 21? I couldn't even write checks at the age of 21. I know you've probably heard this before, but try to let it sink in. Every year in your life has its moments, some good, some bad, some indifferent. But in our times on this small planet in the universe, spinning inexorably around this bright object in the sky we call a sun, we, all of us, at any given moment, must feel frozen in our tracks and be able to look back at those rare and few occasions where our lives were shaped and be able to say, this is where I took the different road. I know where my own occasions were. A teacher here, a parent, an experience there, a letdown, an elevation. A chance taken and a chance missed. They will be with you always. Your mission is to know the difference between, if you will forgive me, what my father used to call your own ass and third base. And to trust your own instincts and education to allow you to differentiate between those two. In my experience, the written word as a guiding tool is infallible. In reading, you will absorb the knowledge you need to compete in a world I myself probably won't see or live to see when you reach my age now. But reading is this key. This great library over there where I spent many hours locked up will open more doors for you than any TV show or saloon conversation or session on a couch with some godforsaken shrink. I don't say this because I'm a writer. I say it because I know it is true. And my epistles to you, the graduating class of Spring Hill College in the year of our Lord, 1995, is to seek knowledge wherever you find it, especially on the printed page or in whatever medium you choose, and to use that knowledge in the furtherance of your God and your fellow man, and finally yourselves. If you are honest and true and brave, which I figure you all are at this point, you will plod, plow, stumble, crawl, and finally stand up and walk proudly through the future of your own lives and the children you will bear and their descendants and those after them, and be able to look back when you're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old and be able to say to yourselves, at least I didn't lead a humdrum life. And that is all the advice you get from me today, your old pal, Forrest Gump. God bless you all, class of 1995.
Proceed with the conferral of degrees in course. Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand? Reverend Father President, I have the honor of presenting to you candidates for the Master of Arts in Theology degree, the Master of Theological Studies degree, the Master of Science and Education degree, the Master of Arts in Teaching degree, and the Master of Business Administration degree. They have been duly examined and recommended by the faculty and approved by the corporation.
We, the President and faculty of Spring Hill College, empowered by the sovereign state of Alabama to confer degrees in all departments of the arts and sciences, hereby invest these candidates with all the rights and privileges pertaining to these degrees.
The graduates may sit until their row is called by the Marshal to come forward. I request that the audience hold all applause until all master's degrees are awarded. Dr. Barbara Nolan, Associate Academic Vice President, will present the graduate students. Dr. Nolan.
Let the Master of Theological Studies graduates advance. Marcia Anzor, Angeline Sloan Bush, Margaret M. DeBlanc, Nancy Desani Heck, Jack Keyes, Richard A. Peacock, John Howard Reimer, M. Catherine Roberts, that the Master of Arts graduates advance. Maria Teresa Woodward, that the Master of Business Administration graduates advance. Alan Robert Crow, Donald Eugene Denham, David L. Hamilton, Thomas Edward Lyon, Jaquita C. Powell, Linda Riefenstahl Robinson, Edward S. Zanatti Jr., that the Master of Science in Education graduates advance. Allison Christine Alexander, Louise Baptiste, Elizabeth Brutkowitz, Darlene K. Campbell, Darla Jan Cook, Sharon Dennis Davis, Charlene Gage Martin, Beverly Dees Gandy, Mark Ivan Giddens, Moretta Smith Golston, Amy Michelle Hayes, Lori Hill, Paula H. Jacobs, Mary Hendricks Knight, Sandra Malone Maples, Nellie Wiggins McDavid, Benita Jenkins Merriman, Donna L. Mosley, Rebecca L.S. Neighbors, Linda Quinley Noble, Molly Inge Crown Nordman, Dorothy Joan Nordgren, Susan E. Ross, Robin Jana Sanders, Melanie M. Sharpless, Jacqueline S. Spruill, Linda Fields Stinson, Marie Davis Washington, Celeste Sherry Westbrook, Mary Ellen R. Wilson. That the Master of Arts in Teaching graduates advance. Catherine B. Arnold, Monica Joan Beasley, Erlyn Danae Bowman, Patricia A. Brown, Deborah Galen Deniston, Lee Cobb Ellis, Catherine Toms Gordon, Eric Jean Hancock, Jacqueline Lee Heiter, Janet Sue Lefford, Michelle Lewis, Michelle Lalande Mitchell, Ruth Lerner Nowak, Drusilla Springer Oswald, Mary Alice Phelps, Lori Kelly Shields Regan, Valerie Rogers Rospluck, Tracy Lewis Simmons, Mickey R. Spann, Marilyn K. Steele, Debbie Kathy Weimer, Pierce White, Pamela Joy Wilson.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's and associate's degrees please stand? Reverend Father President, I have the honor of presenting to you candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree, the Bachelor of Science degree, the Associate of Science degree. They have been duly examined and recommended by the faculty and approved by the corporation.
We, the president and faculty at Spring Hill College, empowered by the sovereign state of Alabama to confer to confer degrees in all departments of the arts and sciences, hereby invest these candidates with all the rights and privileges pertaining to these degrees.
The graduates may sit until their row is called by the Marshal to come forward. I request that the audience hold all applause until after all degrees are awarded.
Let the Bachelor of Arts candidates advance. Kathy Marie Alley, Kristen Michelle Anlage, Maria Elena Barroco, magna cum laude, D. Scott Bitterman, Iram Bodon Mate, summa cum laude, Mark James Bush, Sergio Castillo, Mary Catherine Collette, Emily Michelle Cootie, magna cum laude, Rosalind Cox Durden, magna cum laude, Amy Michelle Crowell, Jamie Kristen Cumbest, Susan Mason Curry, Matthew Joseph Darigo, Sarah Buckholz-Dahmer, James Michael DeSimone, Joseph E. Doucette, Catherine E. Egan, James R. Falgu, Cynthia Francis Figueroa, Clay J. Garside, summa cum laude, Patricia Angel Gaspar, Ronald E. Gomez, James Suzette Graff, Carly J. Granger, Kurtz Melbert Hare, Christopher J. Haberland, Danielle Therese Haydel, magna cum laude, Charla Marie Helms, Adrienne Carter Holmes, Jennifer Page Holt, Laura Victoria Alexandra Hunt, Laura L. Iverson, Kathleen M. Keeney, cum laude, Peter J. Crentel, Ashley Lacey Lambert, Mary Megan Lane, Keith Latek, Omar Marrero, Allison Elizabeth Martinelli, Bridget K. McDaniel, Vernon W. McGarry, Georgia Reinhardt McShane, magna cum laude, Colin Moff Merritt, Rebecca Jean Mers, magna cum laude, Sarah Molly Myers, Robert E. Petro Jr., Deborah A. Pike, summa cum laude, Edward F. Pora II, George Willis Radcliffe III, Charlotte P. Richardson, Patricia Ann Richardson, Megan Sue Reardon, Amanda Lee Ross, Erin Elizabeth Ryan, Jennifer A. Schlager, Mary Kelly Sheehan, Christina Bethany Slocum, Sarah Prentice Spears, Kirkland Rothstein, Abigail F. Stevens, Patrick J. Sullivan, William Philip Summer, cum laude. Eloise C. Taylor. Stephen M. Vigory. Sarah Rose Vocal. Brent Michael Ward. Let the Bachelor of Science candidates advance. Katina LaShawn Adams. Matthew J. Avara. Jeremy L. Beck. William J. Bischoff. Kyla Michelle Blanchard, summa cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Betcher, cum laude. Elizabeth B. Bonham. Kevin Lawrence Boucher. Darrell Palmer Bullard, magna cum laude. Brian James Burke. G. Christopher Burris. William C. Buzzard. Monet Elizabeth Byers. Salvador Nicolas Caputo. Michaela Walsh Caruso.
Mary.
Kevin R. Casper. Chad Citotal. Judson Lyons Chamberlain. Jody Michelle Chapman. Carrie Elizabeth Childress. Ralph Dominic Kyoko Jr. Sam Mitchell Coates. Mark Richard Connell. Olga Guadalupe Contreras. Amy Russell Cook. Sherry Lynn Cortese. Sharon Marshall Daniel. Reuben F. Davalos. Michael Joseph Davis II. James Scott Day. James P. Deneen. Michelle Marie Doherty, cum laude. Allison Ann Drake. Monica Nicole Eaton. W. Robert Eakins, Jr. Christopher B. Estes, cum laude. Jason Richard Euler. Chandra Plachette Poirier. J. Blackburn Faulkner. Gavin Fector. John B. Ficker. Gerald Matt Fitzgerald. Thomas J. Fox, magna cum laude. Kelly Elizabeth George, summa cum laude.
Kelly!
Tony Lee Goodman. Tracy L. Goodrich. Lowell Ann Fisher Goodwin.
Tony.
Carmen Lindsay Gordon, summa cum laude. Margaret Stoll Gordon, summa cum laude. Jeanette Nicole Graff, magna cum laude. Bridget Ann Grant, cum laude. Judith A. Hafner, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Doherty Hall, summa cum laude.
Tuna!
Sarah S. Hall. John M. Hasty, Jr. William Horton. Regina Carmaine Howell.
Yeah! Yeah!
Mark E. Hubbard. Julianne Louise Keenan. Consuela Day Kinsey. Jennifer Ann Cronenberger. Willem M. Cupper. Rebecca Jean Lander, summa cum laude. Molly K. Layton. Joanna Virginia McLean.
Come on up.
Cynthia Magnace. Laura Lee Mackey. Jason John Markey. Amy Michelle Martin. David D. Martin IV. Charles R. Mayhall III, cum laude. Maura Aaron McCabe O'Brien. Kat Parker McCoy. Maureen Teresa McDevitt. Mattie P. McGill. Kevin A. McGovern. Kenneth Brian McGranahan. Tanjanika LaFay Melton. Gina M. Mene, magna cum laude. Mimi Michelet. Cynthia Leah Miller. Mary Agnes Minder. Edward J. Maloney. Megan Lee Montgomery, magna cum laude. Dominica Darrell Morissette. Sean M. Muldoon. William Nolte. Burke A. Neville. Nancy Hughes Nicolaides. Timothy James Nico Jr. Kimberly Grace Newton.
Nancy.
Michael H. O'Mara. Michelle A. Ortega Edwards. Robert Lawrence Parker, Jr. Natalie A. Pena, magna cum laude. Patrick Carey Pendleton. Ramon A. Perez Del Boy. Michael McAleer Pitts. Donna Schultz-Pochet, summa cum laude. LaRonda Chantel Rains, magna cum laude. Wesley T. Ralston, Jr. Christine Richter Reed. Laura Marie Richard, summa cum laude. Lyria T. Riera Sevane. Stephanie Carolyn Romig. Keith Bernard Rospluck. Alexandra Runnels, cum laude. Alicia Salazar, cum laude. Lenora Jeanette Salter. Gaston V. Sanchez. Christine K. Schaffer. Amy L. Schnapp-Brunemer. Karen Alia Schneider.
Yes.
Matthew Neal Simmons, summa cum laude. Brian Smith, cum laude. Michael Anthony Smith, cum laude. Sarah Dorothy Spaulding. John Patrick Stahl. Jolene Patrice Stallworth. Jill Leah Stillmock. Danielle St. Romain. Francis X. Duffy, cum laude. Kimberly G. Sullivan. Mark Sean Thompson. Suzanne A. Thompson. Andrea Tran, cum laude. Jean-Paul Tujac. Misha Tichelle Turner. Demetrix Laverne Tyson. John Scott Van Luke, summa cum laude. Earl John Wagner, summa cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Womack. Crystal Denise Webb. Michael Timothy West.
Thanks for coming. Go, go!
Samantha Ann Whalen. Joseph D. Woolard. Cynthia B. Yates, cum laude. Let the associate degree candidates advance. Cheryl Lynn Chico. Laverne Kidd. Melanie Baker Kitsos.
Michelle Doherty, Orator for the class of 1995, will deliver her farewell address.
Reverend Archbishop Lipscomb, President Father Rewak, faculty, parents, friends, and classmates. There are several very special people who, even though are unable to sit out there with us today, are watching from above the avenue, and it is to those that I dedicate this speech. Let me begin by saying how honored I am to stand before you and speak about our Spring Hill experience. When I received the letter from Dr. Hamilton saying that I had been elected senior class orator, I remember thinking, wow, what an honor. Now what in the world am I going to say? The more I thought about it, the more I panicked. Not because I had to get up in front of hundreds of people and speak, but because I had no idea how I would be able to sum up 4 wonderful years in a matter of minutes. And as Joe Doucette put it, you're the last word, Michelle. What you say will stick in our minds. No pressure, right? I guess what I was looking for was a way to describe our class and what these past 4 or perhaps 5 years have been for us. As always in my time of need, I turned to my friends for suggestions. At first, all I got was, I don't care what you say, just mention my name. Well, Nancy, Patty, Berg, Matt, Omar, Smiley, and Brian, that's not exactly what I was looking for. So I began to reflect on my years at Spring Hill and what they have meant to me. In talking with my peers about this, I was reminded of many fun times and growing experiences, and also learned a few things about people that I did not know before. Spring Hill has been a time of discovery for all of us, beginning with when we first stepped foot on campus freshman year and entered into our new home. How can we ever forget O'Leary Hall with its clusters and Mobile Hall with its lofts? We discovered potluck roommates, community bathrooms and laundry rooms, and those oh-so-quiet study lounges. We discovered that being away from our parents could be the greatest thing ever. Then again, maybe it wasn't, because as Kevin Casper discovered, things don't clean themselves. And as many others discovered, cafeteria meals weren't quite the same as home-cooked meals. We learned what it was like to live with 100 other people, and from this grew to love and respect them for who they are. And who would have known that these friends we made in our cluster or on our hall would end up being our friends for life. But of course there was more to our freshman year than dorm life. We soon learned that New Orleans was only 2 hours away, and if we left Paddo's at 6:20, we could just make it to our 8:20 World Religions class with Dr. Gilmore. We learned what it was like to be in a whole different world where we were expected to be the grown-ups and make decisions for ourselves. The responsibilities, and I mean more than socially, were incredible. How many times did someone say to you, come on, just one drink at the hole, and you had to say, sorry, I have to study? Or how many times did you sleep through your alarm and wake up thinking, great, I just missed Father Harmless's class for the 3rd time, and then avoided checking your mail for fear of that dreaded drop slip? Well, that is one of the unique things about Spring Hill. The faculty, staff, and administration are not here to ostracize us every time we mess up, which is quite often. They are here to help us learn from our mistakes and use them as a tool for future learning. When you sit in class here, you are a name, not just a number. Your professors know when you are there, and they know when you are not there. They care about us as students and as individuals. This is one of the main reasons I chose to come to Spring Hill and stayed here all 4 years. I was made to feel like I was someone who had something to offer, and that it was perfectly all right to be my own person. So thank you, faculty, for always encouraging us and expecting us to put forth our best efforts. You have definitely succeeded in teaching us to aim high and follow through with our hopes and dreams. The discoveries did not end after freshman year. By sophomore year, we were beginning to get familiar with Spring Hill and its ways, and we learned that we could no longer use the I'm a freshman excuse. Junior year was still filled with good times and bad hangovers, but seemed to be filled with a lot more choices and responsibilities. We had reached a point where we had to depart from the good old exploratory major and declare a real one. We were upperclassmen now, taking upper division courses. It was time to get serious. We learned to balance our time between academics and extracurricular activities and become leaders of the school. For that is yet another thing we learned from Spring Hill, that even though academics come first, becoming a well-rounded individual is just as important. Spring Hill offers many opportunities for students to get involved and encourages them to do so. Being involved in campus activities has taught me about responsibility, how to work with others, and that sometimes you fail, but keep moving on. All important skills that I know I will need when I'm out in the real world. And finally, we come to senior year, a year that has been filled with yet more discoveries. There was the dreaded senior seminar, the internships, and the painstaking resume. We were getting a taste of the real world and beginning to realize that maybe it was time to start looking for a job. That's when Kelly Sheehan finally discovered career services. Bob's still looking for it. It was getting near the end, time to buckle down and really get serious. These last few weeks have been especially hectic, running back and forth to the computer lab, closing down the library instead of the whole, and seeing how far you could go on how little sleep. But we can all breathe a sigh of relief now. We have just received our diplomas and are ready to go on our way, maybe. We can look back at our college experience, though, and feel that we have accomplished much. It has been a year filled with many happy times, perhaps some sad times, but probably the greatest memories of our years at Spring Hill. We never stopped learning about ourselves and others, and were finally able to appreciate what a Jesuit education has taught us. We learned to think independently and express our ideas freely. We learned to respect others' values and opinions and be open to world views. We learned to value a great many things: our lives, our education, our parents, teachers, and friends. And I have all the confidence in the world that we will take with us everything we learned at Spring Hill, and wherever we go, we'll be successful. And when you walk away from the safety and security of these majestic oaks, know that you have gained something more than just knowledge and wisdom. You have gained a family. For that's what Spring Hill is, a family of loving, caring professors, staff members, administrators, and friends. And no matter what, we will always have each other. Before I end, I need to thank a few more people. First, to all of our parents who have been a constant guide and source of support. We thank you for all you have given us and all that you have taught us to be. And I would like to especially thank my own parents for having faith in me and encouraging me to be the best that I can be. I love you both very much. And finally, I would like to thank you, my dear friends and classmates, for sharing with me some of the best years of my life. We discovered a lot and have grown a lot over the past 4 years, and we definitely did not do it alone. When I asked some of you how you thought our class would be remembered at Spring Hill, you said, as the class who got along well and liked to have fun, a class of leaders, a class who cared, a class who would be successful. I would say we are definitely this and more. We are a class with a genuine love for others and our school, and a class that hopes to continue to give back to Spring Hill some of what it has given to us. Don't ever forget your Spring Hill family and all the memories we've shared, for I know I never will. I wish you all the best of luck and hope to see you again at this special place we so often call home. Thank you.
Michelle, in recognition of your selection as senior class orator, the class of 1995 wishes to present this commemorative award to you. At this time, I would like to ask the Most Reverend Oscar H. Lipscomb, Archbishop of Mobile, to extend his greetings to today's graduates. Archbishop Lipscomb.
Father Rewak and the other members of the Spring Hill family and our guests. It had been a long day, and the Golden Jubilee wedding anniversary had come to an end. The husband and wife had bid goodbye to the last of their guests, and they were sitting at home getting ready to go to bed. And the husband, from his relaxed position on the sofa, said to his wife across the room in the chair, "Mother, I love you very much, and I've never been more proud of you." And she said, "What are you saying, Joe? I can't hear you way over there. Come closer." So he went to the other end of the couch, and he said, "I was just telling you, I love you very much, and I've never been more proud of you." And she looked at him and she said, I love you and I'm tired of you too, but we'll feel better in the morning. I hope that after 50 years you won't come back to Spring Hill and say, I love you and I'm tired, but you have a right then to be tired. But you know, it's all right to be tired as long as you love first. And I sense that this class has learned that lesson well. Michelle said it so nicely when she said, we are someone because we are loved. Never forget that you are loved greatly, and that will enable you to reach out and love others greatly. And when that happens, Spring Hill has worked. God bless you.
Thank you, Archbishop Winston. The benediction will be given by the Reverend Christopher Viscardi of the Society of Jesus, Rector of the Jesuit Community. Please stand.
Let us conclude by calling to mind the words of the Spring Hill College motto, "He who is lifted up on the hill is a spring of wisdom." As we gather together upon this hill, we give you thanks, Almighty God, for the spring of wisdom which we find in the mystery of your love, for the wisdom that we have found in one another, the wisdom of our families, of the college community, the students present here today, the wisdom that we have heard and shared in those who have received their honorary degrees. We ask you that this spring of wisdom, which today we celebrate, may continue to enrich and nourish our lives, and through our lives, the world and creation about us. We conclude giving our thanks and blessing to God's mystery and God's love, which has made all this possible, and ask that we be made instruments of that love and that peace in our world. Amen.
Before declaring the exercises of this convocation closed, I ask that the audience remain in place until the faculty and graduates have departed. I invite all to refreshments to be served in front of the library. I wish to thank all the members of the McGill-Tulip High School Band and the director, Mr. Keith Bonnet, for helping to make this 165th graduation a success. I also request that the graduates proceed to the library steps where the class picture will be taken. To close the convocation, I ask all to sing the Spring Hill College alma mater. The words are in your program.
I'm not going to talk to you anymore until I tell you to throw your hat. So. Okay, on the right, ready, 1, 2, 3. All four remaining students remain on the steps of the library, please. Also, if you are a Truman Award winner, meet over in this corner of the little corral.
Which corner? Here's Kenneth.
Got a killer shot of y'all tossing your cap.
Wait, we gotta get a picture of you and me.
I know. Who else you get?